We introduce you to Faunalandia, a magical place where all kinds of species live. There are aphids, flamingos, cockroaches, mosquitoes, owls, hedgehogs, turtles, bats, bulls, spiders, eggs, ladybugs, and more species. Through small stories, you will get to know each of them and enjoy their adventures. In Faunalandia, everyone helps and collaborates. They live together in harmony.
Today I'm going to tell you the story of Santa Bug, a very special ladybug. Every year at Christmas, Santa Bug oversaw handing out presents to all the creatures, being kind, and he still does. Those particular offers were not material objects. Santa Bug came up with the idea of giving each little one in Faunalandia a gift as a present, which would then allow them to develop their talent and enjoy it. But how did Santa Bug get organized? He didn't work alone. He had the help of his faithful collaborators, some very industrious ants, who dressed in red, green, and black for the occasion. The ants were guests of Santa Bug's workshop, which was found at the North Pole of Faunalandia. There, they made gifts for everybody throughout the territory. They put together incredible gifts, magical items that had abilities, and gifts to be discovered in the future. To know what gifts to give to each one, Santa Bug had a very long list where were the names of all the youngest who had been good and kind during the current year. Santa Bug would choose the most suitable gift for each one and entrust it to the ants, who created it in his workshop. They worked all year round to make the gifts. But the weeks leading up to Christmas were the most intense because they had to finish, wrap, label, and sort presents. They also had to care for the dragonflies who pulled Santa's sleigh. The dragonflies were very responsible and fast, but also very mischievous, and sometimes, out of mischief, they would hide, and Santa Bug would spend hours looking for them. But that couldn't happen at Christmas, as it would delay the entire journey. The gifts had to reach each owner by the morning of December 25th. One year, Santa Bug had 4 splendid gifts for Zio, Theo, Amir, and Flavia, who I'll introduce to you right now. Zio was a larva aphid, to whom Santa Bug chose to give the talent of the sport. Theo, his brother, would receive the talent of art. To Amir, a friendly raccoon, he would give the gift of shortcuts, and to Flavia, a beautiful flamingo calf, he would give her the wonderful gift of flying. None of them would know that Santa Bug gave them this precious gift, and when they were young, they would have to discover it for themselves. On Christmas night, Santa Bug and the dragonflies were ready for the big mission. The presents were loaded on the sleigh, the dragonflies were eager to go. Santa Bug, dressed in his red and white suit with his bag of gifts, was ready to start the journey. He climbed into the sleigh and took the reins. The dragonflies began their flight, the sleigh soared through the air, and Santa Bug shouted, "Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, Faunalandia!" The first house he visited was Zio's, and on the larva's head, he scattered the gift he had chosen for him. Then he did the same with Theo. Santa Bug then left for the Amir's house and repeated the ritual. And then, he continued his tour at Flavia's house. Thus, he visited all the corners of Faunalandia, distributing presents to the creatures that slept peacefully. Santa Bug entered through chimneys, windows, or doors, whichever was more convenient. He would leave the presents on the little ones and give them treats that he hid in the Christmas tree, in their socks, or their shoes. And while doing his job, he ate the biscuits, milk, honey, or nectar that he found in the houses. Santa Bug had a lot of fun and was very proud of his work. In this way, he fulfilled his Christmas mission. Zio, Theo, Amir, and Flavia would develop their talents at the right time, and Santa Bug would be their witness. Once her trip was over, the ladybug returned home smiling, because he knew that this day was very special since in the future it would make these 4 little ones very happy. He had achieved his purpose of bringing the magic of Christmas to Faunalandia.
And what other adventures will happen in Faunalandia? We'll let you know.